Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Sir, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm here. So let's start. Let me start with sharing the screen.
Yes, sir.
The screen is not possible to share.
Sir,
Okay, now
yes, sir.
it's okay.
Yes, sir. Everything is managed.
So this is where we left before the break, and we have seen various application of Internet of Thing in important areas. So are you listening to my voice, Adi?
Yes, sir, clearly.
And what about the screen?
Screen is here. Last screen is here. Last slide.
Okay, we have seen very important application of IoT, and it is very interesting to share with you that IoT has been important application in various walk of the life. In the previously we have discussed what is Internet of Things. I'm sharing the information for those who was joined late. Internet, what is the difference between Internet and Internet of Things? As you all know that Internet is basically provide the connectivity with human to human. With Internet of Things, now it's possible to connect human to machines, machine to machine, and also possible to connect humans to human also. Whenever we talk about human to machine, we are using different machines or different applications to control for our needs. For example, if we need to monitor and actuate the volume of our speakers, we can be possible through this Internet of Things. We can change the temperature of our thermostat of the boiler or air conditioners and so on. So Internet of Things basically a connectivity between human to machine and machine to machine. With the passage of time, the connectivity is less reliable, less depend upon humans. They can make decision by its own using machine learning and smart applications and advanced algorithms. So after differentiating the Internet of Things and Internet, we have seen various application of Internet of Things, and we divided the Internet of Things in four layers. The bottom layer is the sensing layer, and another one layer, the next layer from the bottom to top is the networking layer. Fourth layer is processing information, data processing layer, and finally we have seen the application layer. So different layers of IoT is important for different actions. For engineers, especially for electronics and electrical engineers, the bottom layer is important because it is responsible for monitoring the different parameters in the form of non-electrical parameters, for example, temperature, moisture, and so on, and translate these non-electrical signals into electrical signal, and later these sensors is connect with transducers, and these transducers further connected with the networks, and these networks are finally connected with data processing centers, which is responsible for taking some action. And finally, at the top part is the application layer, which is used for different applications. We also see in different areas of Internet of Things. We have a start that Internet of Things can be used for smart agriculture, which can identify the different parameter of the agriculture. For example, humidity, water, and this information is related to the data center or the main center where the action has to be taken. And it's not necessary that these centers are controlled by humans. Now more and more machines taking decision, their their own decisions without any human intervention, minimum human intervention. Later, we have also seen the application of Internet of Things under the sea for different monitoring of the sea resources and sea parameters like ocean temperatures, the environmental parameters, environmental aspects of the ocean from Internet of Things. Internet of Things can also be used in battlefield, which may not be connected with 5G or 4G. As I discussed earlier, that because of the security reason, some of the Internet of Things networks may not be connected with 5G because of the security reason. For example, Internet of Battlefield and Internet of Space things. So these are some applications we have discussed under the umbrella of Internet of Things. Now we are proceeding towards this other important aspect of Internet of Things. This is another important part of the Internet of Things. It's called nano things. You all, most of the engineers are familiar with the word nano technology. Nanotechnology are especially important for biomedical sciences. So I hope some of the engineers and scientists and computer students are and the professionals are interested in the research field of nanosciences. So Internet of Things is also provide the communication of very small size of the sensor. Previously, we have seen that size of the sensors for different applications like smart agriculture, in battlefield and so on. They are relatively big size of the sensors and which you can see by your naked eyes. But in biomedical sciences and biomedical technology, these sensors monitor the different parameters, human parameters, to monitor the health of the patient or to save the humans from other different issues. In the wake of COVID-19, we have seen that we need to identify the minimum distance between human to human. It's let's say it's 3 meter, 2 meters or 3 meters to save us from the infection from other possible person which can carry the disease. So nano things are very popular, especially for healthcare sectors and for biomedical sciences. If you look at the slide, we notice that various small nano devices which can we have used. The better slide is in the next slide. This is yet another important application, and this is called bio nano things. You know, the bio thing is not only your human body, but also you can use in from any biomaterials to monitor various parameters of the body, and it has been used for various applications. If we look at the right side of this slide, there is the nano sensors which can monitor the keratin inside your kidney. You know that keratin is important component to monitor the performance of the kidney. So every time, whenever you have a kidney problem or kidney disease, patient need to go to the physician for a test to find out the level of the keratin in the keratin processing of the kidney. So in case of nano things, a very tiny sensor which is smaller than a dot can be placed or inject through some mechanism inside the kidney to monitor the health of or the performance of the kidney. So this is one of the small sensor. Sensor it have a small network which communicate this information to the human body. Likewise, we can also monitor the bacteria inside the stomach using these small sensors. Also, we can monitor different parameters like cholesterol levels, hormones, calcium signaling, and these informations are using the Internet of Things in the form of Internet of Bio Nano Things. You can say that the body itself become a Internet of Things. So your whole body become a Internet of Things using bio nano things. We have discussed a very big size of the Internet of Things in the form of the sensor used for agriculture farmland. Now, yeah, this is the application of Internet of Things in which the network size is confined within your body, and your body inside and outside of your body. These sensor relay information from your body to the transducer transponder which may be located and under the garment you are wearing, and this information is connected through 5G networks. And further, this information here can be used for different purposes. So in this slide, we have seen how we have connected heterogeneous bio nano things network to the internet. And bio cyber interface is used to connect your body network to the internet. And these networks can be connected to healthcare provided. For example, if we are discussing the COVID-19 scenarios, a COVID-19 positive patient who has proved to be COVID-19 through the test. Now she can be monitored through our Internet of Things, the activities of that person, the mobility of that person, the type of the diet, and also the lifestyle can be monitored by a physician or healthcare provider. So you can imagine that the power of Internet of Things, even with the bio nano things, it can provide you a very new dynamics of healthcare and healthcare system of any country. So with Internet of Things, this thing has been changed over a passage of times. As you notice that for any cases, we have to go to the doctors to visit frequently. These frequent communication with doctor will be reduced to a level that only required in case of emergencies. As you notice that the person who is most affected in the COVID-19 after the patient is the doctor and the paramedical staff. In the coming futures, we will note that some patient will visit are generally required under certain emergency conditions. Otherwise, our body will communicate the symptoms and different disease issues with the providers. And these healthcare providers are connected with a network of different specialists for different diseases. So in the near future, it is not very far that the healthcare system will be changed drastically. Not only the physician, but amount of the diet, amount of the medication required has been controlled to a level that will change the different aspect of the healthcare as well as lifestyle needs of human beings. This is also a very hot research areas for those students and professionals and especially the fresh engineers who are interested in joining the bio nano things. I also knows one of the professor in University of Texas Arlington, where I have completed my masters. He is the head of the biomedical department, and they are responsible for doing research in biosensors. And these biosensors are connected with internet, and eventually these internet connectivities provide the connectivity with the healthcare service provider. Not only the healthcare service provider, but also the Ministry of Health can easily monitor each individual using Internet of bio nano things. So this look a very fascinating application of Internet of Things. So we will hope that some of our students will take interest in in this particular application of Internet of Things. Now we are seeing the perspective of Internet of Things. Looking at the bottom, this will provide you a collective view of Internet of Things. So you can define very easily that at the bottom left, we will see that it provides connectivity. Internet of Things provides connectivity of human to human, which is a classical connectivity model of 3G, 4G, and previous communications networks. Now we will see the human to things connectivity, even with the 3G and 4G, with the limited capabilities. In the following after the following human to things, it also provides connectivity between internet to things connectivity. For example, if we look at the smart agriculture, a sensor will monitor the content of, let's say, nitrogen, an important component of the fertilizer, and it relay the information to network to the data processing center of the smart agriculture. And this smart agriculture will send a signal to the actuator of the solenoid, which control the flow of the water to the particular piece of the land. So it's possible that the whole scenario is happened to be done by machine to machine or thing to things without even the notice of humans. The own these thing to thing communication will send information to the humans just for the sake of recording and take immediate action whenever the machine to machine communication will not provide you appropriate result. Let's discuss a scenario of this machine to machine communication. For example, if you notice the content of the water, a very high content of the water. So for 2 to 3 days, these sensors of the smart agriculture system to not to further send or irrigate the land, because the land is already saturated and doesn't require any more moisture. So these information is being done by thing to thing or machine to machine. So this is another aspect of the Internet of Things, that Internet of Things is about the connectivity of machine to machine or thing to thing, which is much more dominant in the coming future. In the coming future, we will see more and more machines are communicating with each other without minimum with minimum intervention of human beings. Uh, Another aspect, if we look at the third dimension, second dimension of this Internet of Things, we can use Internet of Things on the move, outdoor, indoor, day or night. So 24/7, whether we are living inside home or we are living outside the home, whether it is day or night. So Internet of Things cover 24/7, inside, outside, and on the move things. So it will cover number of aspects of our life. Later we look at the anytime, anything, any place. These are three areas. Previously we see anything, anytime, and any place we can move, or whether we are inside or outside. These things will assist a number of applications. Let's look at top industries of IoT development and revenue generation. As an electrical engineer, electronics engineer, we are mostly interested in the smart grid. What is a smart grid is do is smart means we have a less intervention of human beings for immediate actions. So when we have less intervention of human beings in under the automation of industry, we will save a number of labor hours, but the system is more fast because it's happened to be very fast compared to the humans who taking the action. So smart grid, if you look at smart grid, will cover various component of smart grid. For example, we're talking about a solar panel or wind farm. So let's talk about the wind farm, which is responsible for converting the wind energy into electrical energy, and this energy can be used by consumer as well as for it can be sent to the national grid. So it's smart grid is another important area where student can work and do research. You most of our students are already familiar with the smart uh, energy meters outside our houses. These smart energy meters now have a small SIM which connect the information and it monitor your daily routine usage of electricity without human monitoring. Previously, we have seen 10 or 5 years back that a person visit your home to check the reading of your electricity meter. I haven't seen any person monitoring the electric meters or energy meters because these small meters are now capable of connecting to internets. So the whole internet can be connected not on the consumer side of the power grid, but also at the generation side of the power grid. In the generation side, if we're talking about the wind farm, it monitors the direction of the wind, the speed of the wind, the amount of the torque is generated at the different wind farms. So there are a number of application of the smart grid using the Internet of Things. So we can say that for electrical electronics engineers who want to do research, the smart grid is one of the areas where a lot of research has been carried out so far, and in the future, this smart grid will help out to make the system more efficient and reduce the cost of the generation, transmission, and the distribution of the energy. Another important area of Internet of Things is the smart health. You know that smart health uh, will monitor your temperature, your diet. If you're talking about nano sensor, it will identify the various parameters within your body. For example, the content of the sugar, cholesterol levels, the functioning of the kidney, that is monitor kidney as the nano sensor inside the stomach. These inside the body sensor will connect to the transducers and eventually is connect to the healthcare system and healthcare provider. So both lifestyle as well as healthcare industry has been changed using this small Internet of Things. These Internet of Things may be using your lifestyle habits, like the amount of the walking you have been done. The mobile phone I have is a smartphone, and most of you have these smartphones, which can easily calculate the amount of walk you have performed each day. So these sensor, whether it's a temperature sensor or the sensor monitoring your health, can change your lifestyle and it provide you very important information related with your health. Another important aspect of IoT is the smart home. You know that more and more applications are getting smarter when we're talking about the IoT applications. So you notice that we have a smart appliances. For example, we have smarter air conditions, which can monitor the parameters, for example, humidity, temperature, and you can have safe great amount of the utility units using the smart applications. Like we also have a smart TV, which automatically turn on and turn off for different scenarios. For example, I have noticed that the new televisions, if the channel is not, if the cable is out and a TV is turning on, and for after certain time, like 5 to 10 minutes, the TV will be turned off itself without somebody needs to turn off. For example, if the room do not have any person inside the home, the temperature will be goes down to a certain level and save the electricity. Likewise, we will see smart cities. Government of Pakistan also declare Islamabad as a smart cities. Why? Because they have installed thousands of cameras across different commercial points as well as different traffic signals to monitor the activities of traffic as well as the humans. So smart cities will monitor proactively different parameters to govern the city conditions. Smart cities in this part of the world use of the technology to monitor the quality of the products and to monitor the quality of the processes So it's possible that previously these quality monitoring and quality control things are generally performed by the humans, and humans are prone to make errors. For example, a human is responsible for detecting the labeling of the printing label on the bottles. So if the humans are responsible for monitoring the errors on the printing on the bottle labels, it's going to be very hectic and costly. Now, more and more sensors and cameras can be used to monitor the production quality and process quality. We have another application which already we discussed. Smartwatch, you can monitor your home, your industry, your car using these smart application of IoT. And we also seen smart cars. What a smart car is all about? A smart car is all about the monitoring of the different parameter of the car. For example, car may have different parameters. The amount of the pressure inside the tires, the amount of the coolant, the amount of the fuel inside the car, the the positioning or the performance of the different sensors in the car. So these different sensors can be used to provide safety during the travels. So we can see in various application, great application of Internet of Things in this particular slide. Recent IoT products. These are some recent IoT products. So we have seen different sensors, APIs, cloud flow performs, and so on. You can monitor, look at the bottom middle part. There is a sensor on the chest of a person, which can be, there is another sensor, thermostat sensors, or you can also monitor your track movement. There are a number of other applications which capable of using uh, different parameters using the cloud. See the application clouds in the later slides. So more and more IoT products is coming in the markets, and we will hope that with the advent of 5G technology, the product will be increased. These are some big uh, technology-oriented companies who have invested in IoT platforms, including General Electric, Cisco, IBM, PTC. So more of these companies are investing on the infrastructure, and these infrastructure are the combination of pervasive technology. As I already discussed, this pervasive technology covers that more and more computing as well as communication technology is getting now come closer and implemented in the form of software-defined networks, cloud infrastructure, and network function virtualization. Some product-related information. I'm not going to the and let's look at the application of IoT inside our home. We've seen that different applications are there. If we look at the left part, remote monitoring of the appliances. We have different kind of appliances inside our home. For example, we have fridge, air conditions, dishwashers, microwave, televisions, and CCTV cameras. These are all connected through internet. And if you have like to monitor through your mobile phone, every appliances and every gadget inside your home can be connected through yourself if you are outside your home. So, for example, if somebody somebody get into your house in your absence, it will activate the alarm. It will send the picture of person who is about to enter in your home. So, as far as for the security is concerned, IoT provide you the power to monitor your home, even you are out and thousands of kilometers outside your home. If you look at the another aspect of the safety, the door can be closed and opened based on the identification of the person who is authorized to enter inside the house. So this is the safety point of view for smart home. Another important aspect of the smart home, which can be or in the rooms where nobody is sleeping and so it can turn off the AC or it turn off the lights and the different appliances which are not currently in use. In this way, you can save a lot of energy utilities. Likewise, for plumbing, most of the homes have issues of plumbing and under the concrete, if we do not have any mechanism to monitor the seepage inside the house, it will in smart home we will have embedded sensor in the in the basements which monitor the of any possible leakage, and we can save our homes from long-term damages. So imagine the sensor are not only for the short-term benefit, but it's also for long-term benefit of our house. So if you interested into build a smart house, you just visit any research center to identify needed for plumbing, electrics, energy saving. Other important aspects for energy of the wiring of your house. So if Internet of Things components in your electrification of your house. So not only the energy, also the electrification, plumbing, these parameter of your house will not only make your life easier, but it will also along the durability of your appliances and the house. Application of IoT in healthcare industry. Big sector of IoT is healthcare industry. Grow from 32 billion in 2015 to 160 billion by 2020. Healthcare is one of the biggest sector of IoT. With I have noticed that during this COVID-19 pandemic, that most of the healthcare system is now moving toward internet, and I think it is a right time to do research in the context of 5G to having a smarter and more efficient healthcare system in which the patient doesn't require or minimum required to visit the doctor or hospital. And the hospitals can provide the medication online used based on the prescription by the doctors and under only the conditions which is considered an emergency condition, patient need to visit their doctor. And we can save a lot of things by applying Internet of Things in healthcare industries. So different areas of the healthcare industry under the umbrella of IoT networks, including remote patient monitoring. Remember that Jina, these are the government sector hospitals, and we're looking at the private sector hospitals like Aga Khan, Liaquat National. These hospitals have thousands of patients visited each and every days. If you look at the scenario of pandemic, it's getting very challenging to keep the social distancing among these patients. If we applied the remote patient monitoring services, we will be this will be a win-win situation not only for patient but also for the healthcare system providers, including paramedics and doctors for their safety, but it will also provide a lot of commutation times and the time wait during the long queues inside the hospital and clinics. Likewise, we also possible to have mobile healthcare technology, telemedicine, medication management, improved clinical care, employee work management, and inpatient monitoring. So the type of the healthcare system with IoT and 5G will be changed in the coming futures. Adaptation on transportation. Uh, you know that IoT is now enter in our transportation system also. We have seen that our transportation system are now aided with navigation systems. Navigation is very cheap and everybody who has a smartphone can now easily navigate from the source to destination. For example, if I would like to go from Gulshan Iqbal to Dodariya and I don't know the navigation, I will use Google Map to find out the directions from one point to another. This is yet another interesting application of Internet of Things in which we can easily identify the different technologies helping in the transportation system. For example, you know that in my mobile phone there is a sensor which locate my exact locations, and this location sensor is connected with different applications which identify my exact location. Currently, right now I'm sitting at my home, and if I use a Google Map application for any application, including Food Panda, Bikeya, Uber, Kareem, or any similar application, they can identify my location. So this is one of the simplest IoT application we already seen in 4G. In 5G, we will see a very advanced version of these sensing devices for transportation. Safety in the, for example, if you look at the today's new automobiles, for example, BMWs, Ferraris, they also have sensors in their bumpers of the cars, which can identify the minimum required distance with respect to speed of the vehicles between two vehicles on the highway. So whenever you are driving a new car which has proxy sensors and sensors for identifying the minimum distance between the cars. Generally, these sensors are connected inside the body of outside the body somewhere in the bumper from one bumper to another bumper. So these bumpers can avoid the collision between different vehicles. Even it can identify and establish the whole network of the car on the highways. In this way, we can not only between uh, car to car, but
Sir,
vehicle to vehicle, but also it can identify different humans and animals
sir,
crossing the roads.
excuse me, sir.
Uh, Excuse me.
Sir, there is a 1 minute. 1 minute is left to end this part two, and part three will be start after 15 minutes break. So we have only 1 minute.
2 minutes? Okay. We will spend 2 minutes on the one or two slides, and after that we will have a break, 15 to 20, 15 minutes break for the next third session. So let me continue with the application of IoT in transportation. If we, as we already discussed that not only IoT avoid the collision between two vehicles, but it can identify the person crossing the roads, especially during the night times whenever you are traveling in